About Our Primeval Ego. By Anatoly Protopopov. It is well known that a man belongs to the species of Homo sapiens of the primate group. Classified relationship with other primates is determined by greater or lesser similarity of genetic material, which is expressed externally in the resemblance of our physical constitution. For example, the genes of man and a chimpanzee resemble each other in more than 95% of the cases. However, species-specific attributes are not only the physical features, but are also behaviors and habits, hunting methods, marriage rituals, etc., as well. As all species-specific attributes are hard-coded and passed by inheritance only, that's why they are species-specific, so behavior appropriate to the species is inherited as well. For example, the ability of the hunting dogs to make the stance is transmitted by inheritance and especially tightly linked to hunting breeds. Another example of an instinctively conditioned reflex is lowering the eyes as an acknowledgement of subjugation to another. This is typical for primates, including humans. In the same situation, the dogs lower their tails. This kind of inherited behavior is commonly called instinctive and its separate aspects are called instincts. There is a term inherent behavior model which denotes such instinctive behavior programs. Such an interesting act for our topic as a kiss is part of congenital conjugal ritual of primates, which is derived from the feeding ritual. To what degree is all of this related to human beings? The man has a mind, some kind of laws, all which make following one's instincts not compulsory. However, a man evolved into a modern being and became truly rational only 30 to 40,000 years ago, but our historical epoch is only 5 to 7,000 years old. Meanwhile, the evolution of primates began approximately in the Tertiary period, 20 to 30 million years ago, and such important instincts as obedience to animal hierarchy have existed almost for as long as life itself. For sure, during such short evolutionary periods of time instincts cannot vanish. They are slowly and gradually formed by evolution and as morphological attributes, disappear only as slowly as they accumulate. So instincts do not ask whether a man can live without them. They are just acting up when they find it necessary. Unreasonable and unexplainable from a rational point of view, instinctive motivation is very logical and explainable in a primeval coordinate system, and it was expedient in primeval times. But in contemporary situations, the behavior realized by instincts is not always adequate, and we are often bewildered how evil and blind love can be. Monkey instincts will live inside of us for as long as we belong to a group of primates because they are hard-coded in genetic memory. If mankind succeeds in getting rid of some important monkey instincts and fixes the changes in the genes, then man will pertain to another species, and probably will be separate from primates. Development of humanity demanded other than primeval gregarious forms of marriage, but instincts do not disappear from subconsciousness so easily, and keep working, even if their time passed long ago. Individual mind cannot change its own instinctive programs in any way, and moreover it does not know about their existence. It can only to disobey them in some cases, but the next time instinct will want to do the same thing again. The lowest level of subconsciousness, instincts, they carry out available programs directly and without alternatives. Programs of middle level of subconsciousness such as traditions and habits can be modified with time. Mind also widely use fixed behavior programs, but they are just food for thought for it. Mind does not exactly carries out the programs but more improvises on a theme. Instincts direct us by means of emotions, not bothering themselves with motives. The instincts, inducing a woman to beautify herself with cosmetics, do not inform her why she should do this, she just wants this and that's all. Logical sense of this is obvious, to attract men's attention, but most of women will categorically deny the, saying that they are doing this for their own pleasure. However, normal men do not do the same for themselves. Such behavior program does not exist in their instincts. By the way, many modern men treat a woman with cosmetics negatively, but instinct does not want to know about this. Also, it is worth to pay attention that the lower a cultural level of a woman, the brighter her cosmetics, and she applies it in a bigger quantity. In this case, instinctive motives are neither restricted nor corrected by her mind. Neural structures which fulfill the instincts arose in the deepest antiquity. Thinking, analyzing, or even simply extrapolating is absolutely impossible task for them. They are triggered whenever schematic and static template fitted in instinct matches some kind of external signal attributes which can by chance look like actually required. However, having free and direct access to the motivational centers of brain, instincts can evoke the feeling of its correctness on any subject. This influence can resemble some narcotic intoxication. Narcotic illusions can also be perceived as high-level wisdom. That is why love has no wisdom. It has only a feeling of wisdom. Actually, love evaluates the object of choice very superficially according to a strict, sometimes stupid, genetic program which sets a strategy for choosing a marriage partner. The mind is left nothing to do but to find a way to justify the answer. It is in nature of any person to look for ways to justify the answer when he tries to explain his instinctively motivational behavior. Real picture of individual behavior becomes more complicated and confused, not only because of two egos coexisting side by side, but also because there is no clearly marked border between them. Instinctive and rational motivations can get intricately mixed. Besides that, for each particular case, a person has several instinctive programs of behavior, which appeared at different evolutionary time and sometimes contradicting one another.